Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking you through all of the beauty products I no longer buy. So I was thinking during the Sephora sale and Christmas and holiday season coming back up and people asking me like what I'd like or what I don't like, things like that. I was kind of making a list in my head about things that I don't buy anymore. Things that I no longer find value in having in my collection, and I thought I would talk to you guys about that because I think it's something that, a lot of people on YouTube don't talk about. Everyone talks about the new and exciting stuff or, using up stuff, but I think it's also important to talk about the stuff that you're no longer interested in and that you no longer see value in. It also helps me as a reminder when I'm looking at value kits and holiday sets that I don't like these items, so I shouldn't buy them, because I have the horrible habit of looking at sets, seeing like one thing I maybe wanted, and then being like, oh, the rest of it's just additional stuff, that's great. No, it's not great if you're not going to use the other stuff. First up, I no longer buy single shadows. So I know of a few YouTubers who have gone in the opposite direction of this, in that they love single shadows. I know Lauren May Beauty is one of them, who loves the fact that they can like make their own palettes and curate their collection the way they want to. I just don't use them. They come into my life and they sit. So I no longer let myself buy them. I have a half-finished MAC palette that I'm kind of like, it's fine. I don't need to fill it because I just don't use them. I am much more likely to grab a pre-curated palette than I am to curate my own stuff or curate my own color stories at all. So I just don't buy single shadows. On the opposite end of that, I also don't buy super large palettes. Once upon a time, I would buy the Coastal Scents palettes. I never bought a Morphe palette, but I would look at them. All of those like really big palettes, I am not super into anymore. Even like the Natasha Denona bigger ones. I am tempted by those more than any other palette, but I'm just not into them. I much prefer a smaller palette with a more curated color story, like 5 pans, small 9 pans. Even like 12 pan palettes I can deal with, but it's when you start getting like 16 shadows and above that I start getting kind of overwhelmed. I'm not as creative with my makeup as I once was. I don't try new things out quite as often, so those giant palettes are kind of lost on me because I'm going to find my favorite few colors and just use them over and over again. I'm going to be starting a project in the new year, going through my palettes, using my palettes, seeing which ones inspire me and which ones just aren't me anymore. So yeah, so I don't buy single shadows, but I also don't find myself being drawn to giant palettes anymore. I love the Natasha Denona mini palettes. Those are my favorite. Even like Anastasia palettes, there's a lot of shadow in there, but I'm more drawn to it than I am when there's like 30 eyeshadows in front of me. Even those I have been less drawn to recently, because I just love my mini palettes and the quads and things like that with really curated set eye looks. I've really been enjoying. I don't buy 30 pan eyeshadow palettes, but I also don't buy single shadows. I also don't buy super colorful makeup anymore. So once upon a time, right when I graduated college, the uptick of colorful eyeshadow had kind of taken over YouTube, and all of these different brands were coming out with really colorful palettes. The Juvia's Place brand was really taking hold in all of their colorful eyeshadows, and I got super sucked in and I bought a ton of colorful palettes. And I am just not a big user of them, so I don't buy super colorful eyeshadows anymore. I don't buy super bright lipsticks anymore. Once upon a time, I loved me a lipstick. I wanted a lipstick in every color that was ever thought of. I loved them in neons, I loved them in blues, I loved them in just like really outlandish colors that I would wear like once or twice a year, maybe. I just don't reach for them anymore. I still have a couple bright pinks in my collection. I have a blue from Halloween that I'll probably declutter super soon, but it's just not my thing. Once upon a time, I loved color, but I'm really not into that anymore. I like a dark vampy lip. I just don't like a neon lip anymore. I do have like some brighter colors that I wear to like concerts or like more fun party kind of scenes, but on the whole, I'm gonna buy a neutral. I'm gonna buy maybe a red, probably not, I own a lot of reds, or I'm gonna buy like a vampy lip way before I'm gonna buy like a neon or a colorful lipstick. Same goes for eyeshadow, same goes for highlight. I don't buy colorful highlight anymore. That was a fun time when I would wear a blue highlighter, but I just don't anymore. So I steer clear of that. Also, same thing goes for like eyeliners. I don't really buy colorful eyeliners. Once upon a time I had blues, I had, you know, purples, I had all these different colors and I never wore them. So I pretty much stick to like blacks, browns. If I'm gonna do a color, it's gonna be like a deep one, and even then it's iffy if it's gonna get a lot of use in my collection. Next up is kind of funny, it's just shaving cream. It's a waste of money. I really never used it. I had to force myself to use it, but for some reason I always repurchased it. So dumb. Dries out my legs. I'm better using cheap conditioner. I'm better using nothing than I am buying shaving cream. It's a waste of money. Color correctors. I know this isn't quite as big of a thing as it once was on YouTube, but once upon a time, color correcting was a huge thing. I bought the green, I bought the pinks, I bought the reds. No, I don't buy them anymore. Doesn't make sense. I have concealer, I have foundation, I have powders. I'm not gonna buy a color corrector. Rollerball Perfumes. I just won't. Even in those sets where you can pick out your full size, travel size product, I will not keep the samples. Like, I barely smell the samples. I am not going to choose one that comes in a rollerball form. This also means I don't buy perfume oils. I don't like them. I don't enjoy the consistency. I don't like the way they feel on my skin. Yes, the scent tends to last a lot longer. Not gonna do it. Don't love rollerballs. They take forever. I like a spray. I think most of us like a spray. And I just don't enjoy perfume oil. Liquid and gel eyeliner. I used to be a person who had to do liquid eyeliner if I did my eyeshadow. That is not a thing anymore. I don't like it. It has always been the bane of my existence because if you mess up even a little bit, your entire eye look is now ruined and now you have to figure out how to fix it, and it takes too freaking long. I never mastered it even though I did it all the time. It was always like my least favorite part of my makeup routine, and I slowly just stopped doing it. So I got rid of all of them. I don't own them anymore, and I will not be buying more. Meaning I won't buy a set that has liquid liner in it. And if I for some reason do, because I like everything else, I'm not gonna keep that piece of makeup. I used to hold on to it as like a just in case. No place in my collection for it. Don't buy it, won't keep it. Fake eyelashes. So I've only bought fake eyelashes maybe twice in my life, and they have gotten into my collection other ways, like advent calendars, value sets, things like that. They're not gonna stick around. I don't wear them. I don't have a reason to anymore. I used to go to sorority formals, so I had a reason to have fake lashes in my collection. I don't anymore. I don't wear them on a regular basis. I don't wear them to special events. I don't need to buy them. Lip gloss. I understand that glossy lips, shiny lips have come back. I am still a matte girl. I am still a satin finish, cream finish girl. I am not a glossy person. I once was when I was like 15. I had a million lip glosses ever. I wanted every buxom lip gloss ever made. Not anymore. I have maybe one or two in my collection, and you would never catch me buying a lip gloss. And when I do sometimes, like I lose my mind in Sephora and I get a set that has lip gloss, never sticks around. Never, because I just don't reach for it. I don't like the way it feels. My hair gets stuck in it. Nope, I'm good. Just don't like a glossy lip, and I just never I just don't see myself ever liking a glossy lip again, if I had to be honest. This is no surprise if you've seen my Project Pan sheet masks. I finally used up all of my sheet masks this year, and I have no intention of ever having any others in my collection ever again because I hate them. I hate them with my whole heart. I don't think they do anything, and they're such a bitch to use. So I will take my masks in a pot all day, every day, never in a sheet. Tinted Lip Balms. So I've never really been into tinted lip balms, but I would still always find myself buying sets that included them. I love the fresh sugar lip balms. I love them a lot, but I would buy sets that had like the rose colored one and the pink one and the like all of those. No, never use them. I only ever use clear lip balm. I used to love the baby lips. That was a big thing when I was in high school, and I had every color and I would pretty much use them. No, totally lost on me. I want a clear lip balm. I don't want it to have color. And if I want a lip, I pretty much usually want a lipstick of some sort. Not a gloss, not a tinted lip balm. Just not my thing. Face palettes. I just don't mess with them anymore because there's always at least one product that doesn't work for me. I don't buy highlighter palettes anymore. There's always at least one that's too dark. I don't buy bronzer, blush kind of palettes. Always one I don't use. Or like the ones, like the new Natasha Denona one that comes with like a bunch of different stuff in it. I don't reach for them. I'd rather have a bronzer, a blush, and a highlight than I would have them all in one palette. It's just not my vibe. And highlight palettes almost always have at least 1 to 2 shades that are just too dark. And that sucks. Like, I don't want to buy something that I can't use every part of. So I don't buy them anymore. Pretty much ever. I think the last one I bought was the Benefit blush palette, and that's because I liked all of the blushes in there and I could use all of them. That rarely ever happens, so I don't tend to buy them. Glowy Bronzers. Right around the time I was getting into colored eyeshadow, I was also convincing myself that I needed to get into bronzer. I have never really been into bronzer. I'm so very pale and it's just how I am. I've accepted it. I'm not that worried about it. So when I graduated college and I decided, you know what? I'm gonna get some glowy bronzers. I'm gonna look really nice for the summer. Didn't reach for them. Don't think they look that good. I always feel even the lightest shade of glowy bronzer just looks so obvious on my skin and I hate it. So I just don't buy them anymore. I've decluttered most of the ones that I own and just won't buy anymore after that. Any kind of like hydrating or refreshing face mist, I don't buy them. I got gifted a Mario Badescu one for Christmas last year, and it was fine. I used it. Did I think it did absolutely anything? No. So it's just one of those things that I see sometimes, like they come out with like fun little sets with all the different scents of them, and sometimes it's such a good deal that I'm drawn in, but I just gotta remind myself, you don't find real value in that. Don't bring it into your collection. Makeup wipes and micellar water. I have discovered this year that I absolutely love cleansing balms, very late to the party, and they have completely taken away my need for makeup wipes and micellar water. I haven't bought makeup wipes in years. I really had 100% switched over to micellar water, and now I'm just cleansing balm. And then I also have, they're not the makeup eraser, but they're similar microfiber towel, like little towel things. I also use those. I really like those as well. I just find like the makeup wipes are so wasteful, and the micellar water tends to go really, really fast, where the cleansing balm stays around forever. So love that. Lip scrubs. I used to really be into different lip scrubs. I remember when Lush would bring out all the different flavors all the time. No, I don't need them. I never find that they do much. I don't find that my lips get quite as chapped anymore, mostly because I'm way better hydrated than I was when I started doing makeup when I was 15. So I just don't find that I need lip scrubs in my life. That also goes along with physical face scrubs. I really prefer a chemical exfoliant, and I tend to use them in my night routine. So using a physical exfoliator on top of that, really irritating. Like the Exfoliate tends to really irritate my skin because it's already sensitive and I use chemical exfoliators. So just doesn't work, so I don't buy them. I used to be, oh god, a cult follower of the St. Ives Apricot Scrub. I am so upset that I used to use that stuff every single day on my skin. No wonder I had acne. Oh my. It's just so crazy to think about because I used to use that shit every day. Like, what? Instant brush cleanser. So this was in my pan. I had the InstaClean by Beauty Blender, and I just kind of realized that this just allows me to be lazy and not deep clean my brushes, which is really bad. So I'm not going to buy it anymore because I need to deep clean my brushes. And if I have the option to do a quick one, I'm going to do the quick one over a deep clean. So I just can't give myself the option. Liquid and cream products. This is so against the trend. Everyone loves liquid blushes, highlights, cream blushes, all of that. No thank you. My oily skin just shakes its head. That stuff breaks down so quick on my skin. Even the stuff that people are like, oh, this doesn't break down, it's amazing. Blah. No, I don't like it. I've never liked it. I remember when cream contouring was a thing. No. I have never liked a cream product. I've never liked a liquid product, face product, and I just won't buy it anymore. And I won't buy sets and hope. Like Rare Beauty has all these beautiful liquid highlighters, and I once upon a time probably would have bought the sets because I'd be like, oh, well, maybe I'll like these. I never do, so I'm not going to buy them anymore. And finally, that I could think of, mini lipsticks. These are so easy to declutter, it's such a waste, because if I feel like I need to make space or I'm in the mood to get rid of things, the first things to go are the mini lipsticks. I don't want to buy them anymore. I don't want to buy the sets that come with like 12 mini lipsticks. Oh my god. I would much rather buy a full-size product that I actually really like than I would a set of mini lipsticks that are probably just going to be decluttered in a year's time. So I won't buy them. It's kind of like how people talk about buying fast fashion. It makes it easier to just get rid of and like constantly be, you know, buying and getting rid of things, and I don't like that. And while I'm still, my impulses are still to buy, I would like to stop it to some extent. So I'm not buying mini lipstick sets anymore, no matter what they are. Some are so tempting, but I reach for full size way more than I ever will a mini, and they like break and they tend to not be the same quality. It's just not, it's not worth my money. So those are all of the beauty categories that I could think of that I don't buy anymore. Comment down below some things you've realized you don't buy anymore or you shouldn't buy anymore. What tempts you that you kind of know you're not going to use that much, you're not going to really like, but like it's still tempting? Let me know. I would love to know. There's probably a million other things that I missed, but these are just the things that I could think of. But thank you so much for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, all the normal stuff, and I will see you all again super soon. Bye!